is going on, you beautiful people? Deejus here with another Advanced Wars by Web replay analysis. Today, I'm bringing you another user-submitted game. That's right, you too can get your game reviewed. Just send your banger games to me at Deejusproductions@gmail.com. There is some more info in the more info section below in the video that tell you the requirements for your games. Anyway, this was a user-submitted game, and it was a very interesting one. Why was it interesting? Well, simply look at the COs. This was a Global League game, by the way, and after months of me fighting and fighting, please allow more grit, please allow more Sammy, bring Sammy down into Tier 3 for some maps, bring grit down into Tier 4 and 3 in Fog. Finally, we see grit not in Tier 1, but in Tier 2. And more importantly, we see grit outside of Fog. This is one of the first games I've seen where grit is played in the Global League game with points on the line, and it's not Fog. So, that was enough to get my attention. I love seeing grit. Back in the day when I played on the cartridge, I played a lot of grit, I played a lot of Kanbei and all those things that are banned. So seeing these COs slowly become more unbanned and playable on certain maps, you'd love to see it. It keeps the meta fresh. I hope the moderators continue to allow these COs to shine more. So he's allowed on this because this is Hope Forlorn. The map here, Hope Forlorn. I don't love this map personally. It is a classic map. Everyone who's ever played Advanced Wars by Web on the site has probably had a game on this map. This map has been around since like 2012 or something. Very popular map. High income map with a ton of cities. 23k per side. However, I will caveat, it's one of the few maps where there's an odd number of properties. Most things are mirrored. This is mirrored in a sense where it's split down in a diagonal line, but this is a tie-breaking city right here. It's 23 per side and that city. So one side might have 24k, the other side will have 23k, which is a very high income map, by the way. Low end of high income. For standard, that's pretty high income. In Fog, 27,000 is typically high income, but 23k is pretty high income, I would say, in general terms in Advanced Wars by Web. So it is a 2 base and, it's a 3 base. It's more of a battle royale. There is a mountain range blocking reinforced, so you do have a separated 1 base in an airport in the mountain range versus a 2 base. However, the 2 base can choose to fight over in this 1 base or shift to the center, while this 1 base over here is kind of stuck defending the corner. What you see in a lot of meta games is that you put a lot of pressure. 2 base comes over here, does a lot of battling, beats blue back, then just goes to the center. Or they fake them out. Oh, they build up a lot of things here, and they're like, I'm sitting like 10 troops here. I could go here, I could go here. And then they decide and fake out the other opponent. So your opponent's like, oh, he's going to go for my comm tower. I have to build neotanks. They're like, nah, I'm going middle. And then you can't send your neotank all the way over here. You're going to get blasted. So people like to fake out that they're going for this 1 base over here, and the 1 base overreacts, builds bombers, builds neotanks, builds megatanks, thinking a base rush is coming, but it's not. And then you do the fake out, and then you win the middle. So a lot of mind games on this map. Personally, I don't really like this map. I don't know, it just never jived with me much, but a lot of people swear by it. There's APC openings on this map. The openings, I think, have been overstudied on this map. There's so many APC openings, recon openings. I feel like this map has kind of been played to death, but I don't think I've reviewed this on my channel in a normal replay setting. I think I've done some live games on this, but I don't think I've ever actually reviewed a game on this. So first time's the charm. Also, look at these city clumps right here. Contested city clumps, Kindle. That's why you see Kindle here. She's actually one of the best COs on this map for Tier 2. Surprisingly so. Usually in Tier 2, she's towards the bottom. Ever since she moved up from Tier 3 to Tier 2, she's been kind of the bottom of Tier 2 because she was at the top of Tier 3. So what are the contested properties? Obviously, these 3 are in the middle. And then you have the comm tower and this property right here are the other contested properties. If you really commit and push, you can probably make this contested. You can probably try to take... Oh, I completely forgot about these bases, these as well. Sorry, these little nooked in mountain range bases. So it's quite a lot of contested properties. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, 9. Forgot it's an odd number. Ooh. Anyway, contested map. A lot of fake out shenanigans going on. Weak base for strong side shenanigans going on. Anyway, spend a lot of talking about the map. Let's talk about the COs. Grit, everyone knows. His indirect units have +1 range, which is bonkers, but his direct units have -20% firepower, which means his recons and his tanks and his copters, they're garbage. So you have to build a lot of artillery. Typically, you don't see very much missiles or rockets. They're very niche. When you're playing Grit, artillery are just the backbone of your army. Like, they're 6K. They can one-shot tanks on with powers, maybe even with comm towers without a power if they're on a road. They just are so much more bang for their buck than building a rocket. Like, I'd love 2 artillery rather than a rocket. I mean, 3 artillery is 18K and a rocket's 15K. So, like, you do the math. 5 artillery is 30K and 2 rockets. I'd rather have 5 artillery any day than 2 rockets. Like, no questions asked, okay? So artillery, the backbone. I've done some maps or map analysis of Grit before, so if you haven't seen my CO analysis of Grit, I highly recommend checking that out. I'm not going to go too much into detail here, or else we're going to have an hour and a half long game, a Lagatuist style. So we got some 1,000 level players, user submitted. They're not lower level, but they're not like high level that I usually review. So they're like above average players at the 1,000 level in Global League. So they're clearly strong players, but they're not the top best of the best. So anyway, without further ado, let's begin the match. So in the top, as Grid, we got Raul. We got Raul. In the bottom, we got the Andymans. So, who will win this matchup? Already some wonky stuff going on. A lot of times, you see this guy go back here, and you're like, why would you go back here? You build an APC on day 4. Then this guy goes in the APC, pushes out here, you start capturing those properties. The APC build has been studied to death. It's pretty strong. You can try to counter it with a recon, but it's not that counterable. So usually you either see APC opening or a recon opening. You typically don't really see tank openings on this map. It's either one of those two. It kind of gets a little stale, but these guys are wonky. This guy is skipping a cap here, skipping a cap here, skipping a cap here. The Andymans is a devious guy. This guy is not playing meta. These are bad moves, by the way. I do not recommend doing these at home, but hey, it's interesting at least. Is he gonna like move here and then go for this? Or is he gonna go for this? Like, I don't even know what he's doing. Is he going rogue and going? Because if you're going like this, build an APC. If you're going over here, okay, then like, what's he? I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. We'll find out. Maybe he doesn't know what he's doing. This was not a live game, by the way. This is Global League, so they had plenty of time to think about this. Okay, okay, he likes the chain. Okay, I guess the chain. Okay, I'll give him that excuse, but I still don't like it. He's going to be behind on income because of that. Probably not get the tank timing that he's so crazed. And it looks like blue. I think he's going to build an APC next turn. APC. This guy goes in the APC, pushes the center. He's looking like an APC build. I have never seen this before. APC on the weak side. Don't try this at kid. Don't try this at kids' home. Don't recommend this. But this is why we review the nutty lower level. I mean, this is not nutty lower level in the sense where they're like 800 or whatever, but they're doing some weird stuff that's not normal. We got not normal COs. I mean, we got Gria. Like, I want to see what Gria can do. I'm betting an APC gets built here. No. Okay. Artillery first build. Usually as Grid, I like building a tank before an artillery and a lot of times. And I also like buying them on the strong side. I do not like... Why do I like buying artillery when you have 2 bases rather than 1? Simple. More units to block for the artillery. If you have an artillery and 3 infantry, one of the infantry dies, they're going to smack your artillery. If you have 5 infantry in an artillery, you can surround that artillery and it'll be untouchable. The more units you have to block your artillery, the better the artillery is. So there's not that many units. There's 4 units over here. Well, there's 6 units over here. So typically you want to build it on the strong side. But hey, they're building APC on the weak side. They're building artillery on the weak side. Who even knows anymore? These guys are doing whatever. These guys are doing... He's not even building recons. He's being kind of passive Kindle. Rushing the comm tower? This base? I don't know what he's doing. Frankly, I don't want to know. Very interesting. Building artillery strong side. Okay. Just artillery beginning. Yeah, rushed that. And then this is going to go... He's going to... Honestly, if you're already this rushed, I'd go here and then capture this or this. Like, honestly, like, if you're going to waste so much time going for that, go for one of the really contested properties first. Like, Although if he goes for the center, this guy could interrupt. But you are Kindle, so you're going to have the firepower bonus. Another thing about Kindle, why she might be good on this map, not Urban Blight, high society. Getting a 3% firepower for every single property owned, including comm towers and labs and all that. When you have a lot of properties, you're doing a lot of damage. So let's say you have 23 properties plus a comm tower. So 24 properties. 24 times 3%. We'll round it up to 25. We'll round it up to 25. 75% firepower. Tack on another 10% from your comm tower. All right, so you got 85% firepower. 85%. That's more than Grim. If you do any damage on a city, you're doing like 310% or something ridiculous. Anything even close to a city is getting blasted. Even if you're off a city, you're doing 85%. That's Grim superpower numbers right there. And that is without the defensive, lower defense that Grim has. Pretty nutty. Kindle's superpower is not to be sneezed about when you have a lot of properties. Crazy numbers. And especially as Kindle versus Grit. As Kindle, you're probably going to have more properties in the capture phase. You might have 27 properties. Grit might have 21. 27 properties. Now we're pushing 95%, 100% fire. You are doubling your damage without even cities involved. Lest you even try touching a city. Even the thought of a city, you're getting blasted. You do not stay far, far away from cities if there's ever a Kindle superpower in play. But we'll see if we ever get to that point. Maybe it's an Urban Blight kind of guy. I don't know. But Grit already has able to lock down this property. He might be able to put his artillery right here and lock down this one as well. Or over here, locks it down as well. He could put it in this forest, lock down this. He could put it behind this mountain, 1, 2. But it could be reached by a tank, so we'll see. So far, whatever. They both kind of have questionable builds, but I'm not going to judge too much. It's the game that we enjoy. We don't want to overthink it. So, I like this artillery going like right here, though. Denying this property, although Kindle's about to be guaranteed to get that property actually Kindle is guaranteed to get this property, which is very good for Kindle. So you should be very happy with that, Mr. Yandy Mans. Not getting this property, though, that is completely off the books for him. So far, so decent. No one's really gotten any center properties except for now. So Kindle will have that advantage. Grit in this sense, Grit wants to stall the game because the more units, the more artilleries, the stronger it becomes. Kindle does not have global powers other than Urban Blight, which only does damage to city-dwelling units. If we're saying say Olaf or Hawk, both sides want to stall. But in this sense, Kindle wants to go at Grit. He wants to really bash him before he proliferates tons and tons of artilleries into an impenetrable wall that slowly just pushes across the map. Like, you build artilleries here, and slowly but surely, the diagonal line just moves closer and closer to Kindle's bases until you just are smothered. You don't want that to happen. You want to keep constantly testing Grit's defenses, finding a weak spot, and pounding in that weak spot. So we'll see how they play, though. This is theoretical. I don't know how they're playing. They're doing some wonky stuff. Theoretically, that is what you want to see. You want to stall out his Grit, and you're going to go balls to the wall as Kindle. We only use artillery. This guy, I don't think he's played a Grit before. You want to mix some other units besides artillery. You want to build anti-air. Well, luckily for him, he's pretty late on the airport. Very late, actually. For this APC wonky stuff, kind of like some airport pressure or airport buying stuff, because you have these mountains. You build an anti-air here, whoop, go across the mountains. A little harder for the anti-air to follow. So, but everything's pretty peaceful so far. No one's fighting. Everyone's ha ha he he. Kindle has an income advantage. Very slight, but does have it. Also threatening to deny this. We're having this one over here. So Kindle needs an income advantage. If Kindle does not have an income advantage versus Grit, by day, say, like 12, you're screwed. If things are equal, you're screwed. You need to have an income advantage as Kindle. If you do not build an income advantage in the early game, the game is over before you even know it. You might think, oh, we have so many... No, the game is over. It's decided. These things, they snowball. Okay? You need to keep Grit on the defensive and lower on income. or else you're going to pay the ultimate price. Your life. So you see the first copter, ironically, from Grit. That's kind of weird, but okay. I kind of like him, throwing that in there, though. You want to have a nice air unit over here as well. The weird thing is, why did you build this copter after he built 2 anti-air? Build like a tank, build a medium tank, I don't know. But you don't build a copter in response to 2 freaking anti-air. Golly, as one of my colleagues said, golly. Don't do that. Don't say golly, and also don't build this copter. That's 2 for 2. Don't do this. Don't say golly. Because he built a prophylactic. 1 is bad enough. Building 2 and you build a copter, that's like... you're justifying his build. That was bad. This is a bad build. Don't do this. You're giving it a reason for it to be decent. Weird stuff. Maybe he's trying to make him feel good. It's like, no, it's okay. I was going to build a copter. You're not crazy after all. Don't be nice. Win. But slowly, like I said, slowly encroaching. Now, this is on the targets. Now, this isn't as Grit. You want to build up that, get the death ball, then slowly push. And push. It's like a strangling. Grit doesn't punch you. Grit's a strangler, like a boa constrictor. You go, oh, it's a little uncomfortable. Oh. For long, your face is purple. Olaf and Max, or no, not Olaf, but Max and Kindle, they're like boxers. Boom, boom, boom. Grit's a strangler. He's into that weird stuff. Okay? He's a boa constrictor. Kindle's a bear. A big, mean bear. Breaks through. Oh, not too bad. Is the tank going to attack, though? The tank will die. Getting some pretty decent hits. He's kind of overloading. This will not reach. Kind of overloading. Did not go for the attack over here. Honestly, I wouldn't have hated the attack over there because you get a hit there. You're not going to lose the tank. You're going to go down to 1 or 2 HP. Then you go back and heal. Or over here or something. Or over here. Anywhere. Just heal. I would have gone for the attack there. Like I said, you do not want to allow Grit to proliferate. So, the beautiful thing about Kindle, you attack this and it goes to heal, you use Urban Blight. So it can't really heal. Because if it's on the city healing, you lose 3 HP during Kindle's normal power. So what I like doing when I'm playing as Kindle is I weaken a lot of units. I don't go for kills all the time. I weaken a lot of units, spread the pain around. So when they go heal their units, gotcha, bitch. I use my Urban Blight, and all those weak units are even weaker. So, little Deej trick for you. So I don't know what the hell these guys, they got, what are you gonna know with that copter, man? But Grit was able to sneak this one out. With all these artillery, was able to sneak this out. Honestly, I'm surprised Kindle didn't interrupt there. Did he have anything to interrupt? He could have interrupted and suicided. I probably still would have interrupted, honestly, because now you're getting closer to income parity. So Grit's only going to be behind 2K. And you want to probably be behind ahead more than 2K. But see, this is why I would commit the tank. Things are going to get blasted anyway. Bang, bang. And this guy's going to die to infantry. Bang. You might as well just go in. And now there's the triple artillery build. Oof. So many artillery, 1 copter, the rest are infantry. Now he's going to attack it? I don't know about this Kindle move right here. A little... These are all just going to die. Grit must be loving this. Not attacking it. These are just free infantry. Another thing about Grit, he loves unit count. The higher unit count he has, the more he snowballs. It's less about income, more about unit count. So watch him kill 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 infantry. Maybe even 6. He's going to be ahead on unit count by the end of the turn, I guarantee it. Oof, it's going to be ugly. And Grit might get this and only be behind 1K. That's not enough. That's not enough. And maybe even put the infantry here, put the artillery there, and put another one there. Things are looking pretty good for Grit so far. He's about to murder some infantry. I don't like this. I would have preferred to see him capture or go in the mountain over there. Put the artillery over there, but being very interesting with the placement. You have to be aware of these anti-air, though, because they one-shot. So they do serve a purpose of one-shotting infantry. I don't like using them as that, but he built another third... I don't know anymore, but could clear this, tank and spank, but there's so many artilleries. So, kill all these infantry. What? Bro, kill the infantry! Look, I know he's scared because he's near these cities, but kill. he has to spend tanks even attacking these from the city. They're not going to one-shot them. You're going to have enough for a wall. He's not going to have any infantry to even break the wall. He's going to have to use tanks and anti-air to break the wall. You have 5 artillery. I don't care if you get 2 or 3 tank shots. That's too many. You put the other one here. You keep, like, he has too many things. I think he's being a little too scared here. I don't think he had to retreat here. I don't think he had to retreat. Now he's being a little too passive. And now Black's probably going to back up. Yep, back up over here. Oh, he got away with murder. Literally got away with murder. He killed some troops. And now he's getting these properties, and there's nothing to interrupt. That's why he can't be too passive as Grit. I know you want to be passive because you want to stall, but there's a limit to the passivity, and he's really testing that limit right now. Because now Kindle, instead of a meager 1k advantage, yeah, it's going to be a lot more than that. But Grit can fight back for the property. It's not like he's going to lose them for the rest of the game, but it is kind of a headache. Being very passive, okay. Kindle's attacking in. Now Kindle has a 6k advantage. Now this is looking better for Kindle. 4k advantage, I think, is like break even for Kindle here. You want 4k at least. 6k, you're winning. Like, you're looking good. Because when you use your superpower with that amount of money and that amount of properties, ooh, you're not going to need anti-air to clear infantry. Infantry are going to one-shot other infantry. Infantry on planes versus infantry on planes, that's one shot. Bye-bye. Like, that is nuts. When infantry are one-shotting other infantry on planes, things are good. Life is good. So Kindle should be happy right here. Spamming out copters, which is always a good idea versus Grit, because then Grit has to spend money on anti-air, which you'd rather spend on artillery. And his own copters don't do a very good job countering other copters, so even if you get a first strike here, it's probably not going to be that great. But Grit's playing very passive. Pulling back there as well, wow. But pushing up there, smart. Pulling back one area, pushing another. It's like a fulcrum. Push and you pull. You don't attack on both areas at once. You don't fall back on both areas at once. Push, pull, push, pull. It makes sense. But pushing very slightly, I should add. Boom, bang. But Black is pushing in. He's really testing. He's doing the whole big thing. I think he wants Blue to build a mega tank or a neo tank or a bomber. And then he's like, nah, I'm good. And leaving. And then crushes everything up here. That would be a smart move for Black. Scare him to death, then front shift, and then you just bye-bye, Raoul. But I don't think he's going to do it. I mean, it's a very complex tactic. Not everyone knows about this sorts of stuff. It's not easy to pick up. It's not very intuitive. But now Grit is going nuts, and he can't stop. I don't think he can stop this. Well, there's a copter. Okay, he can't stop it. But he has to put the anti-air in range in order to counter that. Passive over here. Dude. That's a free copter hit. Let that be, like, there. Or even down there. Like, bad position by the artillery, or the anti-air, excuse me. Hate to see it. So the copter will be able to easily interrupt that. Killing off infantry, back to just start smacking things. That's a one-shot. That's not going to be a one-shot, but it's going to do a lot of damage. Could also just actually attack into that. I wouldn't hate that. Anti-air attacking onto the unit over there from a city. But yeah, just boom. A lot of damage. And like I said, spreading the love. Not going to kill them, just weakening them. And attacking too. Overwhelming Grit. Not only attacking, but also capturing properties. Kind of like, whoa, too much stuff going on. Sensory overload. That's the way to go. It's the name of the game. But free copter interrupt over there. Like I said, easy interrupts. Haha, let him have that. It's fine. You're still going to be ahead 4K. Maybe even 6 or 7K. But we see the first snipe attack. Also is Grit. Another thing. You don't ever want to use the superpower. In very, very niche scenarios, use the superpower. Why? The CO power has the exact same firepower bonus as the superpower. The only difference is the CO power is 3, the superpower is 6, and you get 1 extra range. Instead of 1 extra space, you get 2 for the superpower. So you get 1 extra more range, but it costs double. You don't get any more firepower bonus. So if you're a Grit, spam out the CO power. Don't spam out the super CO power. Spam the CO power. It's so much better, I guarantee you. Just don't do that. But now, the massacre begins. Grit's doing pretty bad, huh? But a lot of things are going to die this turn. 1, 2. That's pretty much dead. 3. Boom. Bang. Bang. I mean, I kill off these guys. Copter interrupts up there. Nice. Interrupt. This would be another kill if you knew. This is going to one-shot the tank. Does he not see this? Dude, you have to know this is going to one-shot. Bro, do you not see this is they can reach? Don't tell me he doesn't know that this reaches. And that's free 7K right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 5 range right now. Look, you can one-shot that. I said it's not nutty lower level, but there's some nutty lower level plays going on. Some smart plays, don't get me wrong, but you know, yeah, I don't know. Killed an infantry though, so good for him. But yeah, ahead on unit count. After being behind by 9 units, now ahead. Ahead on unit value. See that? Just like that, things add up. But high society or urban blight? We'll find out which one. Which one? High society. Now on the flip side, these are all going to have bonkers firepower. One shot, don't even need to look. One shot. One shot. Wait, oh, he attacked this one, not that one. I think that lived because he used the super or the CO power, which gives him 10% extra defense. That's an easy one shot. If anything even was close to this, oh my goodness. I hope we see some city damage here. Like maybe this tank or like this tank over here kills that and something like that. I don't know if we're going to see any city damage though. A little underwhelming kind of. They didn't really do that much. I mean, honestly, I didn't really like that. That was kind of underwhelming. And he's going to get that property too. And Urban Blight would have stopped that. Ew. Once he caps that property, they're going to be equal. Ew. Okay. Grit's now doing what I said earlier. Remember when you build it, but he's not building Mia tanks or mega tanks, but he's shifting to the middle. Okay, well, I got these properties first at least. I don't hate that, but interesting. Okay, he's trying to like attack from the top and save this over here, I suppose. That's what it is, because he's really dying over here. It's not pretty. Despite building like 20 anti-airs, somehow none of these are in position to protect these tanks. So these copters are all going to feast right now. 3 free copter hits. This is like a dream come true. Even though they're weak little copters, like 3 free copter hits, like that can turn the tide. Like these are all little schlopsters now. Like he had a pretty strong army, but I didn't like that overextension. If you're going to overextend, at least have some backup. These are 3 free copter hits, guys. That's a lot. Ugh. How did you had frickin' 3 anti-air for 1 single copter, and somehow later, maybe I'm complaining too much. Maybe I need to shut up. Sorry if I'm being a negative Nancy, but some stuff is just like, yeah. Anyway, black is able to reclaim the lead, so even if blue does capture this property, he will be ahead 1K. Will he opt to interrupt it with the copter? Probably not. Nope. Instead, going for this over here. I mean, these are going to be hard to stop. Blue is pretty out of position now. That's why, like, overextending with the anti-air, okay, like a little sussy. Builds a Neo tank. Okay, so now black should pull back. Got what he wanted. Capturing one of these 2 properties, maybe both. Pull back, win the middle. Keep the middle, and then you're good for the rest of the game, basically. But blue, what is blue doing? Blue's going, like, HQ, dare I say? Just giving up this. Giving up both comm towers. And not pulling back over here. I guess you can't pull back. I don't know. He's close to a CO power, so you have to treat this like as 5 range instead of 4. Okay. But these both are guaranteed. 3 copters. What is blue doing here? Blue is definitely... Whoa. Okay. Hear me out. If you're Sammy... Okay, I can see it. I can understand this with Victory March. Even if you're Adder... Okay, I can sort of see it. Olaf, yeah, maybe with like the Winter Fury or Blizzard to stop movement. You're facing Kindle, who can easily Urban Blight and interrupt here, into the belly of the beast. You are going straight down the belly of the beast, into base reinforced range. This is bold. I kind of like it just because you never see this, but I would never in my life do something like this. This is bonkers. This is Donkey Kong 64 banana bonkers shit, okay? This isn't all in if I've ever seen. He's given up. He's like, I'm going to lose these. I lost most comp towers. I'm probably never getting that back in the rest of the game. Probably never getting that. Might as well YOLO it. Let's see if it works out for him. But now the Yandy man is 28. The old Yandy man has 28 and 2 comp towers. Can Raul pull this off? The copter's like waiting. They're like, I ain't even attack in. Like, medium tank gets a strike on that medium tank. Like, all right, it's now or never. Can he pull this off? I am not optimistic, but things have happened before. That's like the most generic phrase I've ever heard. Things have happened before. All right, let's see if Raul's got it in him. It's either HQ or lose at this point. He's just too far behind in unit value and unit count. Even with the overextensions. Okay, boom, bang, 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 bang. Okay, okay. Need a copter to block for the medium tank. Need to put this copter like, dare I say here? And like an artillery there? Yeah, okay, yeah, that blocks. Okay, this is not looking... I mean... will it work? Pause and say if you think it'll work. Not Urban Blight, High Society. This guy's feeling cocky. He's like, you know what? I'm not even going to do the guaranteed interrupt with my 3 from Urban Blight. We're going all in. We're going all in with 2 comm towers this time. Even stronger than before. One shot. One shot. Dead. One shot. One shot. One shot. Well, that was, oh, this is a massacre. This is just brutal. Raul, that's no new, bud. You have been eliminated. You've been splat like a bug on the street. And he resigns. Well, that was not what I expected for a Kindle versus Grit. If there ever was an HQ all in, I would expect the Kindle player to go for it, not the Grit player. That was, I've never seen that before. I hope someone does that versus me when I'm playing rated, because then I'll get some free points, but don't advise that. But as you can see, Grit isn't broken, guys. I mean, he made some mistakes and stuff, but Grit isn't broken. He should be allowed in more maps, in more tiers, especially wide open maps like this. Like, allow Grit back, guys. The meta's getting stale. Petition to your mods. I feel like I'm like, call your local representative. Like, petition your local mods on Advanced Wars by Web Discord. Tell them, I want more Grit. I want more Sammy. I want more Sturm. And maybe one day you might even see a, dare I say it, call-in? Just saying. It's possible. So petition your mods. See if we can get some change on the site. Keep it nice and fresh. So anyway, that was nutty. Hope you guys learned something. Hope you guys were entertained. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.